Tesla may be preparing three major moves at the same time: expansion of full self-driving, a new version of the Model Y, and a massive expansion of AI computing infrastructure. And when you connect these three stories together, a much bigger picture about Tesla's long-term strategy begins to appear. Hello everyone, Ken here. Today I want to break down several Tesla developments that may look like separate news stories at first glance. But if you step back and analyze them together, they reveal something interesting about where Tesla might be heading next. We'll talk about the latest developments around full self-driving in Japan, a new global Model Y variant that could expand Tesla's reach, and a massive AI infrastructure expansion connected to the broader ecosystem around Tesla. And if you're a long-term Tesla investor, these pieces may tell us a lot about the next phase of the company. Let's start with the story that has been gaining attention recently: full self-driving progress in Japan. In the previous discussion, we talked about reports suggesting that Tesla vehicles may already be testing advanced autonomous driving capabilities on public roads in Tokyo. But the real question investors should be asking is not simply whether FSD will arrive in Japan. The more interesting question is how Tesla will deploy it. Because the answer reveals a lot about Tesla's overall strategy as a software-driven company. One of Tesla's biggest advantages compared to traditional automakers is the way the company deploys features through software. Tesla vehicles can receive major functionality updates through OTA, or over-the-air software updates. This means the car you buy today can become significantly more capable over time. If regulators approve FSD in a particular country, Tesla doesn't necessarily need to redesign the car or launch a new model. In many cases, the feature can simply be activated through software. From a business perspective, this is incredibly powerful. Tesla isn't just selling vehicles. They are building a fleet of AI-capable machines that can continuously improve through software. But there is one important detail that investors should pay attention to, and that is the difference in hardware generations. Tesla vehicles currently operate on two main generations of autonomy hardware: HW3 and HW4. Many of the newer Tesla vehicles being produced today are equipped with HW4, which includes improved cameras and increased computing capability. However, a very large number of Tesla vehicles worldwide still run on HW3. In fact, even my own Model Y is still equipped with HW3. And when we look at the regions where advanced versions of FSD are currently expanding, there's a noticeable pattern. Tesla appears to be focusing heavily on HW4 vehicles. That raises an important question. What happens to HW3? One possibility that has been discussed recently is the idea of something often referred to as FSD Lite. This would essentially be a simplified version of autonomous functionality designed specifically for older hardware. In this scenario, HW4 vehicles could run the full FSD stack. HW3 vehicles might receive a lighter version with reduced capabilities. At the moment, Tesla hasn't officially confirmed the details of such a system. We don't know when it might arrive or exactly how capable it would be, but strategically, it makes sense. Tesla has millions of vehicles on the road with HW3. Completely abandoning those vehicles wouldn't be ideal. Instead, a tiered autonomy approach could allow Tesla to continue pushing forward with its newest technology while still supporting the existing fleet. And this highlights something investors often overlook. Tesla is managing a global AI hardware platform, not just a car lineup. Another reason the Japan story is interesting is because of what's happening in the Japanese market itself. Tesla sales in Japan have been growing rapidly. Recent data suggests Tesla sales increased roughly 90% year over year and surpassed 10,000 vehicles annually for the first time. Now, compared to markets like China or the United States, 10,000 vehicles might sound small, but Japan is historically one of the most difficult markets in the world for foreign automakers. Domestic brands have dominated the market for decades, so if Tesla begins gaining traction there, it signals something important. Tesla's brand and technology may be starting to break through even in markets that have traditionally been very resistant to outside competition. And if FSD eventually launches in Japan, it could accelerate that shift. Now let's move to the next development, a new version of the Model Y called the Model Y L. This vehicle is essentially a long wheelbase version of the Model Y. It features 3 rows and 6 seats with a 2-2-2 layout. That means captain's chairs in the second row and 2 seats in the third row. This configuration is extremely popular for family SUVs. It improves passenger comfort and also makes it much easier to access the third row. And this model is already starting to appear in several markets. It has received certification in Korea, and it is expected to launch in Australia and New Zealand in 2026. But the detail that caught my attention is this. The vehicle is being produced in right-hand drive configuration. Right-hand drive markets are actually quite limited globally. The major ones include the United Kingdom, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. So, when Tesla produces a right-hand drive version of a vehicle, it often means they are targeting several of these markets simultaneously. This raises an interesting possibility. The Model Y L could eventually expand into Japan or the UK. And if that happens, Tesla would suddenly have a much stronger offering in the family SUV segment. The Model Y is already Tesla's best-selling vehicle globally. Adding a larger 3-row variant could make the platform even more versatile. Now let's talk about something that might be even more important for Tesla's long-term future: artificial intelligence infrastructure. Recently, there were reports that Elon Musk's AI company, xAI, is planning to expand its data center in Memphis, Tennessee, with an investment of roughly $660 million. This facility powers Grok, the AI model developed by xAI. But from a Tesla perspective, the key issue here is computing power. Training autonomous driving systems requires enormous amounts of data and computation. Tesla vehicles collect vast amounts of real-world driving footage. That data is then used to train neural networks, and running that kind of training at scale requires massive computing infrastructure. On top of that, Tesla is also developing Optimus, its humanoid robot, which means the company's AI ambitions go far beyond cars. When you start to look at these developments together, the picture becomes clearer. Tesla isn't just scaling vehicle production, they are scaling AI capability. Finally, there's one more interesting development that surfaced recently: a patent related to the next generation Tesla Roadster. The patent suggests a new seat structure where the seat and the backrest could potentially be integrated into a single component. At first glance, this might seem like a small design detail, but it actually reflects something deeper about Tesla's engineering philosophy. Tesla often focuses on reducing part count and simplifying manufacturing. Fewer parts means lower cost, lower weight, and faster production. We've seen this approach before with Tesla's gigacasting and structural battery pack designs. So even something as simple as a seat design can reflect the company's broader strategy. When you step back and look at these stories together, a larger pattern begins to emerge. Tesla is expanding autonomy into new regions, launching new vehicle variants for global markets, and investing heavily in AI infrastructure. In other words, Tesla is increasingly behaving not like a traditional automaker, but like a technology company building a global AI platform. And for long-term investors, that distinction may be the most important takeaway, because the future value of Tesla may not just come from selling more cars. It may come from the scale of the AI ecosystem that those cars help create, and that is something worth watching very closely. As always, let's quickly check Tesla's stock price. Today, the stock slipped below the $400 level and is currently trading around $399. Short-term price movements can always fluctuate, but the long-term story continues to evolve. That's it for today's update. If you found this analysis useful, please consider leaving a like. And if you're interested in staying updated on Tesla, AI, and the future of technology, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home, I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.